Hello, hello, hello. Here we are, Wits and Brains again with the two sexiest chicks on podcast, Casey and Catherine. Self-proclaimed, by the way. All right, today we're talking about rivals. And you know what? As soon as I say that to certain people, they are like, that's rude. No one is my rival. I can walk there. I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about removing your competition. If that bothers you in business, you know, I mean, I'm not talking about annihilating, if you will. We are here to talk about how to move them aside and bring ourselves forward. What do you think of that, Casey?
I love it. So, I mean, when you look at a competitor, like, how do you help your clients identify their competitors?
We talk about, well, it can be as it could be as simple as you're at a networking event and who's talking your jive there? Who's talking about what you're doing and what they're doing? Does it sound similar? That might be an issue. And also don't be scared of them. We're not talking about being scared. We are not scary girls here. We are women doing business. And I actually go out to lunch with my competitors. And we giggle and have a really good time, but we know when we leave that lunch, our goal is to have a really great business, sustainable business.
Yeah.
Does that mean taking some of their clients? I don't know. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
goodness. It's so
know.
true, though. Like, I mean, I'm an abundant thinker and I like to collaborate with others. We've talked about that before. And at the same time, like you said, at the end of the day, like, a client might come to me. One of my clients might go to them. It's all about good fit.
Oh, that's those are the key words, the good fit, because it's obvious. Anyone listening to this, not everyone's gonna like me. Some people like cheery people. Some people really, when it comes to business, I'm not their cup of tea. They prefer the I don't know the rules, the whatever. They prefer that, and everything I advise is good, but it may not be what they need. So
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. I tell my clients, like, they're like, how in the world do I figure out what I'm good at? I want this business, but am I really good at it? And I'll ask them, well, what makes you thrive? It's not just passion, because it's a lot of people make money off of things they're not even passionate about.
True that.
What I mean, a lot of people, a lot more people than what the sparkling business advisors with big followings. A lot more people make money doing things that maybe they just thrive at that. Maybe they're excellent at that,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily what they dream about all day long.
Yeah.
But make
Absolutely.
that money and you can go do all those dreams like crazy,
This is
right?
true. Yeah, this is true. Absolutely. So when people are looking at their competitors, have you ever had a client say, "Oh, I don't have any competitors"?
Yes.
Doesn't that drive you nuts? I'm like,
You know, in, in my arrogant times, I've probably said those words too to myself, maybe just to feel good. But there's competitors, even though, let's say, oh, how do I say this without giving any hints of who this is? So I knew a person that was a marketing, not Casey, not Casey, not Casey. I knew a person that was a marketing, but they also thought that they could consult and advise on business in a way that they were not, that was not their spot. So um, they would go to my clients and then
oh,
say, I know you pay X. I can do this for smaller X. And I advise on businesses too. So you'll get like two things for one. And I had a couple clients contact me and say, hey, this person's doing this. Is this They acted like they were working with me. So
Wow.
when we say unethical, there you go. But it didn't work. It didn't work. But these things do happen. I mean, let's get freaking real. And that person was trying to get rid of their rival, me.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but if we're good at something,
You're shaking that money maker.
if we're good at it, and you thrive at, I'm gonna say, I had a client that their business had nothing to do with writing, but their writing communication skills were tippy tops. And I used to say, you need to show this off. Here's where you thrive. You don't realize it, but here's where you thrive. So, I think we may have touched on strengths too.
Yeah.
Yeah, take one of those. I mean, I have a free strengths test that I give to my clients that has like 24 strengths. And the top 5 are your easy money makers. You can shake those easy without even thinking. And you can get rid of your rivals with those. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes, I
Absolutely.
love that. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, actually, when we talked about strengths, we were talking about, how I combine the top 3 and it works really well, but that's how I identified how I can, beat my rivals because
Right.
it's a very unique combination. And we might do, social, we might write blogs, we might do websites, we might do all that stuff. And at the same time, I bring a different set of skills because of my strengths. So it goes back to shaking that moneymaker, knowing your strengths, all of the things that we've talked about. But
Right.
I mean, to me, you can't think that you don't have a competitor out there. And like you said, it doesn't mean that you have to like go and like slay them. Like you
Yeah.
just
Yes.
it's business, at the end of the day, we're here to make money. And it's to me, it's about like being kindly competitive.
That was beautiful. Miss Casey, that was so sweet.
Thank you. I try.
Another thing that I noticed, us grown-ups get in our own dang way all the dang time. And what we need to do is go back to our childhood. When you were a kid, what did people say you did well? What kind of things did you stand for as a little kid? And those attributes, those facets of your childhood, honest to goodness, I see those coming back into the adulthood business arena. And that's what you're good at.
That's
Um,
powerful.
I laughed all the time as a kid. So it would be weird if I didn't laugh as a grown up. I was curious about everything to the point of, I'm sure, God bless my parents, probably thought, geez, but that's part of my strengths. So I take that into my business, and I'm curious and I'm creative, and I have a good time.
Yeah.
Those things, if I didn't do those things, then I would not be able to remove my rivals. My competitors could take over if I didn't do my own gig.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. What
They
about
say like all things come out in the wash. It reminds me of that because you can't hide yourself all the time. Like you said, when you're people pleasing, you're going to be exhausted. If you're not being true to yourself, you're going to be exhausted. And eventually that has to come out if you want to continue to thrive. So I think you bring up an excellent point about looking back to your childhood.
right? And that's when you're like a really free thinker.
Yeah.
Like you can say, I'm gonna be the tap dance queen of the world. And then no one even says, oh, that's weird. Because it's like, she's 7,
Yeah.
let her go. But like I want like people to bring that same energy. I want to be the world renowned, business scientist where people believe what I say and whatever, whatever. like bring that same kid-like stuff, and you can grow a business. And those rivals, competitors, whatever hell we want to say, nicer or meaner, they will be pushed aside. Let's just say that. I mean, you
Absolutely.
can still hold hands with them. You can still go to lunch and be friendly. It's okay to make money.
Yeah, there's plenty of money to go around, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is there anything in your world that like people compliment you on? You know, do you get compliments and you're like, I don't know,
My
whatever.
eyes, no.
Yes, those rivals will cry when they see your eyes flutter.
I get a lot of compliments on my drive, like just the tenacity and just, my willingness to keep going forward. And it's interesting because now that I think about it, I've always been that way as a kid. Like I was like, okay, like I'm gonna keep going, I'm doing the thing. So and I took care of things myself. So,
Yes.
and my uncle, he spotted that in me. He's like, I always knew that you would make something of yourself and like do something. He's like, I just watched you as a kid. And, my mom, like, she was that person who showed me tough love. And, when I was driving, she's like, this is your car. This is, how much your payment is. You're paying the insurance. You're paying at that time we had pagers. So she's like, you're
Yeah.
going to pay for your pager, then it went to a cell phone. Like she didn't baby me. And my apologies for anyone who their parents take care of them, but I did not have that luxury.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up in a way that, yes, I had to go the direction that I did. Like I had to take care of myself in many instances, but that served me well. And it has served me well in business. And,
Yeah.
I've created a lot of, character traits from that. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you basically just answered my question, because when I talked about um, if you got compliments, especially like as a kid, the world right now, I want you to think back to these compliments that you have gotten, because I notice when people, what's a word I want to look for, like reflexively? I don't even know. I might be making up words because you're gonna learn through the podcast. I do that shit too. So if you do things over and over and over again, and people are saying, good drive, you got drive, you got drive. Sometimes you ignore the compliments because you're so used to it.
yeah,
And I will tell people that drive that you have, that's the thing that knocks the rivals down.
yeah,
So don't ignore it. Like absorb it
yeah.
like nobody's business. So
Yeah. I also think that people really need to dream big and not ignore those dreams. Like, so something that I don't really share a lot, which I'm about to share it with the world, but one of my biggest dreams is to own a football team in the NFL. And people are like, what? Like, you don't have the money to do that. And I'm like, that doesn't mean I won't. Like,
right.
So with that, it's a huge dream of mine. Yeah. Does it seem way out of reach? Yeah. Am I like, how the heck would I even be in a position to do that? Hell
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm still dreaming it, and there are competitors of mine who are in the space that I'm in now and in whatever space, things lead me to, that won't
Mhm.
dream that big and they'll stay right where they are. And that's a great way to just knock your competitors down because they,
Right.
yeah, at that point, like if you keep pushing and you keep dreaming and keep putting one foot in front of the other, you're going to just keep on going and walk
Right.
all over them.
Well, I love that dream. I love that dream. I dream things exactly the same, Casey. Like I have a dream to own uh like an enormous manufacturing plant.
Oh
And
wow.
I've said it a couple times, and I have literally had, well, idiots. You're idiots. I've had idiots who have said, "Oh, women don't do manufacturing." What? What? I think you need to step out your door because I think they do. Um, I love the whole process of manufacturing. I like that you have something, you make something, you sell something. A bunch of people make good money, have respectable lives. I just like the whole feeling, and I would like to do that. So there we go. See, we have big dreams that, yes, I'm sure if I sat at a table and started talking about that with some of my competitors, they would be like,
Yeah, okay.
what the hell is wrong with this? This broad's a nut. But that's okay. That's okay. Yes, knocking down the rivals is
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you cannot knock down your rivals if you don't clear your own bullshit. So get rid of those cow patties.
Clear, clear it out where you're like, it's glass. Because the more you sit there and like allow that crap in your head, you don't get anywhere. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, those rivals, okay, so you got 24 hours a day, they got 24 hours a day.
Amen to
They are
that.
working them.
Yep.
They are working them. So quit thinking like, you know, well, I mean, you have a day off, but quit thinking your business has a day off because it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, put things in place that's different. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I completely
Oh,
forgot. 1 second.
oh, oh God.
Look
What are we
what
doing?
I brought with me
Ah.
today. So, this is what I look like when I feel like I am bullshitting myself. This, my friends, is
I
real
mean,
cow poop.
this is a classy podcast, people.
It is.
Only here can you
Yes.
see golden feces. The
If
cow
you-
patties of gold.
If you do not have cow poop on a plaque, you are not living, and you will not
You're
beat your
not.
rivals.
I mean, right now, your rivals are
Like,
shaking
what the heck?
in their shoes. Yeah. Right now, it's happening. You just knocked them all out by pulling out the poop.
It's my reminder. I had to get it out. I was like, even though I'm moving, I found
Oh
the
my
tote
God.
it was in.
I love it. I love it. Everyone should have something up on their walls to remind them. I have
Yeah.
8,000 post-its on my walls, but I do not have poop yet. So,
Yet.
goals. Hashtag.
Yes. Hashtag
All right.
goals.
This is a great conversation because I think that now we have just liberated people to accept that they are allowed to get rid of their rivals.
Yes.
It's okay. It's not okay. It's actually business. It's business.
Yes.
Know your competitors. Know what you're way better than they are at, doing. And it's okay if you get clients.
Yes. And get out of your own way.
Get out of your own way. So this was excellent, Casey. Another fun day with you. Let me compose myself. Our next podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to bring in the subscribers because it has to do with farting. Farting your way to the finish line. Okay, so come back, farting your way to the finish line. It's going to be brilliance in a podcast. Thanks, Casey.
I'm so excited. Thank you.